ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, PA. The man with electric football fingers so quick and nimble, they defy the human eye. I present to you the one and only Mr. National and the Mr. National Podcast.
That was sweet.
You saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's it. I tell you, Kit got a voice, I tell you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is. Too bad he liked Trump, right?
Hey, I don't even want to talk about it. That's off limits. That'll go south real fast with me.
Well, look, usually for years now, since we've been doing this show, you always did the countdown. And where would you start it at? 3?
Yeah.
All right. Well, today is a special day because it's 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right. Countdown day.
Yeah, it's the countdown.
How about that?
Well, yeah, right. What better way than to start a show? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smoking of my father's. I forget the name of this one already. I think it's a Columbia. Maduro size, I think. I don't know. But Peter, my father's is my go-to brand.
Yeah.
My go-to non-Cuban, I should say.
Nice. Looks good. Looks good.
Yeah.
I wish I had a beer in front of me. Maybe I'll have to run and get one.
Right. It's 1 o'clock. What is it? 1 o'clock?
Yeah,
you got to be
fine.
drinking.
It's fine.
You behind.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to get start early for the games coming up today. The men's Final Four, P-Dub.
We're gonna go right
yesterday.
To that? We're gonna go. We already hitting the topics.
Oh yeah. I'm going right in. You know what I mean? We got a full Chuck show. Look. We were so excited to get this one going. We just started. We didn't even go through a pre-show meeting or nothing. We just said
skipped makeup. Just ran right in the studio.
That's right. I ran right out of work. Right. You know what I mean? Right into the booth. Usually Superman would at least go in the phone booth and change. I came straight here.
Hey, tell them about YouTube. Tell everybody about
YouTube. Yeah, back up, P-Dub. Say producer like, yo, give me my props. We are live. Is this our first live broadcast on YouTube now?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got a YouTube channel that you can find on YouTube, the Mr. National Podcast.
We got an intro. We got Kit involved. And now I just got to thank P-Dub, the guy that put it all together, makes it happen. And we wouldn't be doing big round of applause for Jim Hoke Davis, Roger Fisher, Brian Phillips. Probably those 3 are like, we had like gold jacket members of our podcast. Those guys would be wearing it because they don't miss one show. So I mean, it's probably others, but you got to make yourself seen. You got to comment. You got to say something. You got
right.
You're gonna hear Brian Phillips because he got a big mouth. So you're gonna hear him.
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna.
But yeah, P-Dub, tell me and the listeners about the YouTube and why we made the jump. What are some pluses, minuses?
Well, we get cool stuff like now you can see this little logo in the corner of our broadcast, which is pretty cool. But that's not YouTube. But I'm not sure why we want to be on YouTube.
I put him on the spot. He got nothing.
But everybody's doing it, so we're gonna try it.
One reason we did is because it's free. Okay, it's free.
It's within our budget. It works with our budget.
It fits our budget, and until the papers start coming in, we're gonna work all these free avenues that we can. And talking about getting paper, look, Peter, I want to bring these in.
Oh, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I am. I'm telling you, this is
okay.
This is AirPod $220 AirPod Pros headphones. I mean, they're Apple, but they can work with if you got Galaxy, Samsung. They Bluetooth with anything. Okay. We are going to do a $10 raffle. That's it. $10. We got to set up a what's that thing called? Peter, a Cash App. We're going to set up a Cash App to $10. We put the raffle in. I'm also looking into doing it a virtual one online. So instead of me picking out of a hat or a bucket, I'm gonna have the automated computer generate, spin a wheel or whatever. I think the Fishers used it one time for their Gridiron Buzz for their giveaways. But it's more like more so a virtual raffle. And totally random.
Gotcha.
And hopefully we get enough people involved, P-Dub, that we can make some bread for our website and all our other Mr. National stuff,
with all these bells and whistles aren't free, folks.
Right. They're not, you know what I mean? I want to what's that synthesizer? How you pronounce that thing?
Synthesize it? Synthesize?
Yeah, I want that for my voice so I sound cool. Like I want to sound like Kit.
Yeah. Yeah. What do they call the singers? They do the singers where they enhance their voice.
Tone. They do that thing where they sing in the auto tune. That's what it's
auto
called.
Tune. That's what we need.
Auto tune, right?
Auto tune.
So we want to get us. Yeah, we want to get us an auto tune. We want to maybe get a backdrop. Green board, green background. There's some stuff we want to get into. So,
right.
I'm gonna get that $10 auction going. So, you put in $10, you in the drawing. You're in the drawing. That easy. Right. Yeah. So
here we are. Here's our live stream. I just found it. Get shareable link. I'm trying to share this thing. Copy to the clipboard. Bear with me.
I threw that when that was a curveball to Peter. He didn't even know that was coming up. Like I say, folks, this show.
I should have had an answer better than that.
Well, no, it's fine. It's our first show from. I'm talking about the iPad thing, the iPods, the earpods.
Oh yeah,
whatever they call. Yeah. Everything's off the hip today, Peter. We didn't do no production meeting. We going from the rip.
I finally shared.
I was talking about the Final Four.
Yeah,
I just wanted to touch on.
Get back to the topics here.
Yeah. Now I'm rolling back. Peter made me give a shout out to YouTube. And we got how do we get everybody to subscribe? You got to go on YouTube and look for the thing.
Yeah. I'm posting on it right here.
Okay. Then we'll link it.
MFCA page.
Absolutely, because we got to be careful. I can't. You got flagged. I got flagged on that one.
That show is the rated R version.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Facebook stuff be tight. Threw us off.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like because you guys were talking about the vaccine or something. You can get cut off for that.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I watched it because I'm a dedicated Stack Gwinnett Show fan. So, right. I'm not sure what was going on with that.
Well, everybody tightened up their security, especially Facebook.
Yeah,
I mean, we done got in so much trouble with the Stack Gwinnett Show girls that been thrown in jail so many times. Don't even go back.
There you have to find it on Instagram. Mr. National Podcast on Instagram.
Right.
It's everywhere. YouTube, it's Facebook, it's Instagram.
Them girls will be seen. You know what I mean? One way or another. We're going to get them out there.
They're out there.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
so Final
Four. Women's was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
A Philly legend, Dawn Staley, head coach of South Carolina, was going up against. I'm not sure if Stanford was the overall number one, but they were a number one seed, and they didn't do it. They went down. It was close. So Stanford moves on to the national championship game, and the big thing around it was for the first time ever in women's basketball. They had 2 African American women as head coaches in the Final Four.
Oh, nice.
You know, which was
nice.
half of 4 is 2. So, you know, you get that. Mr. National got the general math down pat.
Right.
Don't ask me nothing about no algebra, calculus, and none of that other stuff. But general math, simple add and subtraction, I got you.
Straight up arithmetic.
In the late game, everybody knows UConn. Gino, his Lady Huskies, all their titles, #1. They were going up against Arizona, and Arizona put it on them. Wire-to-wire victory. So we got one African American woman coaching in the national championship. Arizona versus Stanford. I'm not sure when the championship game will be played, P-Dub, but it should be good. And
the women's are entertaining.
Yeah, they're fundamental.
Yeah,
it's fundamentals. I mean, they can't dunk and all have,
right,
the athletic ability of the guys, but their fundamentals, the bounce pass, the dribbling, the free throws, everything is there. So
did you see that one? I saw highlights of this one girl out of Minnesota. She's a freshman, but she won the Player of the Year award. Have you seen that? Can't remember
from
her
Michigan?
Name. No, from Minnesota. Her name is
Minnesota.
Beaker or something like that.
Paige?
Paige Brecker, yeah.
Oh, Paige. Paige plays for UConn.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's like Jordan.
Lost.
They lost, huh?
Yeah, they lost. Yeah, Paige.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But we'll still check. We'll
yeah.
still check her out.
Yeah.
Like I say, I don't know what this YouTube stuff, we can insert video. We're going to play around with it. We got to kick the tires. This is our first time driving around the block. So we're going to just test it out slowly. Later on the day, and what a beautiful day here in Philadelphia turning out to be. It was chilly this morning, P-Dub. 30 degrees. Yeah. It's up to about 50 now.
Nice.
Maybe. I don't know. I got this big hoodie on.
Sun's
out. I'm chilling.
Sun's out here. I look out the window. I'm not outside like you are.
Right. You hear the birds chirping.
Yeah,
you almost think I'm in like the country. This is a city.
Where's all the sirens and the motors?
Right. I'm in a remote location. I'm not deep undercover today. I'm in safe.
Holy.
Yeah. You ain't have to carry a gun today. You're in safe territory today.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the men's Final Four?
Men's Final Four is later today, P-Dub. We got the underdog, Cinderella, number 11th ranked UCLA, going up against the Zags, overall number 1 Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see UCLA win that.
That would be cool.
But it ain't going to happen, is it?
Oh. And then in the other game, I got Baylor. And we did the Jim Davis. I forget what spot Jim Davis is in. That's the thing about Hulk. You know what I mean? Hulk gets involved in everything.
Yeah. He won the
tournament
football.
Brackets. You got raffles. You got.
He won our NFL pick'em last year.
Yeah. He won the pick'em.
Took your money. Took mine.
well, Peter, he just took his money back that I won from him the year before. Don't put me in there with y'all. Look, don't put me in there with y'all losers. You know what I mean? I'm just breaking even. He does the what's this fantasy football stuff? So
yeah, he wins that too.
Yeah. He's involved. Right. But I think he's doing pretty good. He's not winning. I think Weird Wolf is in the lead of our Stack with Nat show pick'em bracket, whatever you want to call it, bracket challenge. So the second game, I'm not even sure it was the first or second game, but I know Baylor is playing Michigan, I want to say.
No, it's Baylor and Houston.
Houston, that's who it is. I know it was somebody that you wouldn't assume, right? Houston. Houston's famous because of Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, and the
Yep.
5 slammer jammer.
Yeah.
But they never won it. They went to those championships. They went to a couple fights, never won it. So we'll see if Houston could get.
Gonzaga's the odds-on favorite, though, right?
Yeah, but I got Baylor. If Baylor can win it all, I'm the only one to pick Baylor. Most of the guys pick Gonzaga. So
gotcha.
If Baylor can come through for me, I got a shot. I'm way down in the pickings, in the rankings too. So what else we got, P-Dub? So are you gonna watch first of all?
Which one am I gonna watch?
Yeah, you gonna watch any of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna get a beer.
Right. Beverage, definitely. See, it's part of your job, being a producer and having stuff. You got to watch any and everything to stay abreast of what we got to talk about. You got to come up with these topics.
Speaking of abreast, let's talk about. We got to revisit what we talked about last time with Deshaun Watson. So I read up on that a little bit. Yeah, and you were like, what is going on with this? Like the Houston Texans are throwing him, some drama because they want to, mess up his trade request.
Yeah.
So I started reading about it, and it's weird because there's 21 lawsuits against him, but against him, but they haven't nothing to the police. Nothing. The police are investigating him, but they won't say what they're investigating. I wonder if they're investigating everything, and not just him. You know what I mean?
Right.
The whole thing's super sketchy. Like last time you were like, this is sketchy. I'm like, man,
Yeah, you was like, it's smoke, it's fire. Yeah. And these guys, they used to having their way.
Yeah. I was skeptical.
You were.
But now I'm like, oh, after I read up on it a little bit, I'm like, damn.
I mean, he's still not out of the water. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with him hitting on somebody. I mean, it's just crazy. You can't hit on somebody if you got money. Me and you hit on you, they're just gonna say, beat it, loser, or whatever. Me and you, until we blow up. Right. Then we might get sued.
How did you know about that? Damn it! I thought that was just between her and I.
Right? No, cameras everywhere, Peter. Listen, it's cameras on everything and everywhere except for the cops when they do bad. All of a sudden, the body cams just disappear.
Right.
It fell off. It was out. Bad reception. But that's for another show. We're gonna keep it on Deshaun. I'm not saying he's in the clear, but I just think what they're saying he did isn't that big of a deal that it needed to come out on the heels of him wanting to be traded. I mean, everybody else is getting out of there. JJ Watt, who's been the face of the franchise his whole career, he's going. They got rid of him.
Right.
The
worst one was DeAndre Hopkins. They traded him.
Yeah, they gave him away.
Yeah.
But as soon as the brother want to get out, they got to bring all these chicks in here saying he did this. So, like I said.
Right. And look what happened with Ben Roethlisberger years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He just kept on playing.
Yeah, he did. But I'm gonna tell you, the Pittsburgh fans wanted him out though, Peter. They were heated.
Really?
He was banging drunk college girls in bathrooms. I mean, that's pretty sleazy. But again, hey, you drunk, you coming on to him, it happens.
Right.
Then you want to say, oh, he took advantage. Blame it on the alcohol. Shouldn't have drank too much Henny.
How about so change on to the next one?
But all right, before I change it, but women, men, you gotta be in control. You just have to be in control of your situation.
If you want to get really plastered or messed up, you need to be in a safe spot.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Daly's Irish Pub or the Gentleman's Club, some place like that.
Right, exactly. I agree. So we got next. We got Kevin Durant now.
Speaking of this bozo, you hear what's going on with this dude?
Now you dropping a bombshell on me because I haven't heard anything about Durant? I heard he hasn't even been playing. So what could he have done?
So he gets fined. He gets fined from the NBA because apparently, this guy Michael Rappaport,
Yes,
the comedian. He cracks me up. He's funny.
yes,
he's kind of a dickhead. I mean, if you don't like him, you hate him. He's real mouthy, but
real mouthy.
Yeah,
got the New York accent.
Yeah, and he's always commenting on sports. I don't know why he's an expert on sports, but anyway, apparently Kevin Durant has just been sending him like DMs, like real nasty stuff. Like, like I'm gonna spit in your face and calling him racial stuff and just just real stupid stuff. And so this Michael Rappaport, he just posted some of his DMs. He's like, "This is what this dude is sending me," and he was just kind of joking about it,
right?
But apparently it kind of blew up into a big thing, and so the NBA fined Durant.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really weird. Really weird.
Now we got to backtrack it to find out what Michael Rappaport said about him to get that going.
He probably said some stuff, I don't know what he said, but that's how he is. He's mouthy and everything.
Yeah, but he probably had some merit to what he's saying. If he said Kevin Durant is a wimp or a wuss for leaving his team to go to Golden State to win 2 titles, you know what I mean?
Right.
Play with your own guys and win a title.
Right. And now look what he's doing. Now look what Kevin Durant's doing with the Nets. Well, I mean, you can't blame Kevin Durant, I guess, but I mean, he's stacking that team.
They stacking the team, right?
Yeah.
Him and Kyrie was stacked anyway,
Right.
Then he lured Harden over. Then they get Blake Griffin. Then they get LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, they got an all-star team over.
Right.
Durant, for as good as he is, and he is good, he's an all-time great. He is.
Yeah.
You probably won't see a guy that tall with that skill set. Okay.
Right.
But what he did can never be taken back. Never.
So Michael Rappaport was right.
Oh, absolutely. If that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what Michael Rappaport said, but I think
it had to do with him leaving the team.
It pissed KD off.
Listen, he was up 3-1. He was up 3-1. One more game and the series is over. He lets Golden State come back. Him and Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
Fiddle away that 3-1 lead, and they end up losing that series to Golden State.
Right.
Westbrook takes it on the chin. He's pissed. Durant goes back and joins the team next year in free agency. Now him and Westbrook are like Batman and Robin. They're buddies. They're like Stack with Nat. They're like P-Dub and Mr. National. Okay.
Right.
They're like tight. If I went to another podcast producer and just sent you a text, like, I'm gonna go roll. I'm gonna go roll with
Mr. Nobody's Corner.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody's Corner, and we're gonna do the pod. Send you a text. What I mean? Don't even have the balls or the class to call you and let you know what's going on. That's what Durant did.
Right.
So Durant texts him, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna go roll with the Warriors." So him and Westbrook, they're done too. Westbrook don't really care for him much.
Yeah.
So that's
I like Westbrook. I mean, like, he plays with such an attitude. He's a beast, man.
He is. I mean, his skill set and his shot selection, his ball handling, his decisions aren't always the best.
Right. But he just plays all out.
You getting 100% from that guy every night. Kind of reminds me of Iverson. Even Allen Iverson said the guy that most reminds me of me is Westbrook.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Matt and you say, he plays like his hair is on fire.
Yep. I think he's got the record for NBA triple doubles. I think.
Mm-hmm. He did it twice. He averaged a triple double 2 times in his career. So he's
anyway. Durant is weird. Something went down with him and Rappaport, and then he was sending him all this in these messages, and then Rappaport just posted them because the Rappaport does that too, just to like schmoes, you know.
Right.
He'll just because he gets all kinds of hate mail all the time. So sometimes just for fun, he posts it. Well, he was kind of doing the same thing with Durant, but
it turned into something.
Yeah, then it blew up, you know.
Right, because you know why? Because Durant is somebody, and that's
right.
That's
you can't be doing. So these guys, man, they got a target on their back. You know, these professional athletes.
I mean, if me and you send Rappaport the hate mail, they just look at this schmuck. You know what I mean? He's hating. He's jealous.
Trying to be somebody or something.
Right.
You know?
And
it's just
you
funny.
just laugh and you laugh it off and you keep going. But when it's Kevin Durant, and Durant had an issue come up a few years ago. This is how he has no balls. Mm-hmm. He made like some ghost Twitter account and was saying stuff. You remember that? That was Kevin Durant. Yeah.
He's got no balls though. I mean, that could be what Rappaport said.
He didn't want to say what he wanted to say from his account or whatever.
Right.
So he made up another account.
Right, that's lame.
Or said that his got hacked into something like that.
Oh, Durant, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
He's spineless, dude. He's spineless. You know, there was this term, spineless jellyfish.
Yeah.
You see a picture of Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? You want to see, you go to
they're in first place right now, but I don't see that team going through the playoffs. Like, you know, you I don't know.
They should. I mean, if Lakers come back healthy, I think they're still the team to beat. You know, both those guys come back.
They just signed Drummond. Did you know that?
Oh, the Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Did.
That's funny how everybody goes small. The Lakers make it a point to keep big men.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they had Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee last year, and they won it big.
Now they got Gasol, and they just signed Drummond. So
wow. Yeah, they stay big. They want to. I think they want us to be equipped to play both ways, because you got to have a big man to go up against the Joker in Denver. You know, that guy. That's a bad man right there. That's a bad man. I think all the teams are on the East, though. It seems like you got the Heat, you got the Bucks, you got the Nets, you got the Sixers. Big four.
Yeah. It's funny because just
in the West Coast, the Western Conference, you just got the Lakers and the Clippers. I really don't know if it's another team.
It's funny. It was the opposite of that just a couple of years ago.
I know.
I mean, the East is just so weak.
It's the LeBron effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he was on the East. He made his team so good that it was only a couple teams that you could say could even touch them.
Right. So everybody went to the West. So everybody else.
Right. They said the West was so good. You got to get away from the. Now he went to the West. He makes the Lakers so good that it raises the level. So there's only one or two teams now over there that could actually beat them.
Right, and all the good players are leaving to go to the East.
To go to the East.
You know, trying to build.
That's how good that guy is. He's tough.
All right, this is a good one. Kit actually brought this up to me. Stimmy check.
Okay, where's mine?
Did you get yours yet?
Yeah, where's mine? Now,
mine's spent.
He's like money spent. Now, I heard they send it two ways. You can get a paper check, or you can get it deposited into your account.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get?
I get mine deposited into my
deposit.
Account. Yeah.
Blip. All right. So what was well, they sent a check for people to stimulate the economy.
Right. So you're supposed to take that money and spend it.
Spend it. Don't save it. Don't put it in the bank. Mm-hmm. Now, what the big influx of what I'm seeing, our major high-end mall in the Philadelphia area, even though it's not in the city of Philadelphia, is a suburb, King of Prussia, which is about 40 minutes outside the city. All the money's going to Gucci and Louis Vuitton stores.
Really?
Yeah. You just got everybody running out to the Gucci store, the what's the other store? Louis store, getting Louis belts, Gucci flip flop. I heard Gucci can't even get any more flip flops. They sold out worldwide.
Really? And
So
they're stuck in the Suez Canal, the rest of them?
And the lines only get big around tax return time and stimulus check time. So you can joke and laugh at these people, but they are doing what the check was supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a saying. Your mom, you got that advice. They say don't spend it all in one spot. They spending it all in one spot.
Yeah. I changed mine in for all ones.
What was that? Say that again, Pete.
I changed mine in for all ones.
For all one? Oh, we know where you going. I want to hang with you. You got 1,400 $1 bills. I like that. That's make it rain. Make it rain. That's what I wanted. I like that idea.
Yeah, I think we should do it. Maybe at the this weekend at the Clash. At the Clash.
At the Clash, right? Find a spot. I don't know if they open like that. Philly, our strip club's open now, but I don't think you can smoke cigars in there anymore.
Oh, really?
Because I don't think so. I'm gonna find out. I would go if you could smoke, but that's my entertainment. This, if I can't go in there to smoke, I'm not really going.
I gotta. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, stimmy checks, man. It's unbelievable. And off of the checks and off that funding, there's so many scams going on, Peter. People are manipulating the system, getting other people's money is just insane. Insane.
Yeah, somebody collected unemployment off my wife's name.
Did they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
damn.
Yeah, it's messed up, ain't it?
Yeah. That's what they doing. They getting that's almost like identity theft. So if you get somebody got your name and your social security number and all they wanted was your unemployment, that you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean it's yours, but you ain't even got it yet. That's the best thing that can happen. You know what I mean? They get that kind of information. They go and charge up your credit card or taking out your bank account money, then that could be a problem.
Yeah,
that could be a problem.
Right. No, it wasn't like that, but it was unemployment check.
Yeah, so. Cleaned her out. And that could be bad too. You go to claim and it was like, Mrs. Pate, you've already drained your money. Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Here it is, right here. Last week, you took out all $12,000 you had in your account.
Hey, so we got time for my presentation?
Hell yeah! You the captain of the ship, baby. Do we have time?
Hang on, I'm trying to set it up.
Pete, I work for you, P-Dub.
All right, hold on a minute. I'm trying to set up. So check this out. I'm gonna see if I can share this. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it.
It don't matter. I just want to remind everybody that my skincare and hair care is coming out. Please support me. I'm gonna have my website set up soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens.
All right. Here we go.
I see some big data.
So check this out. Hold on a minute. Let me get this off of here. Boom. So I had to give this I didn't have to, but I gave this presentation at work. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I got you. You had to do this presentation at work.
Right. So this is it. I'm going to show you what I did at work because I think a lot of people I think you'll like this. So it's a fun story about NFL and big data. All right.
Okay.
So let me go to this one. Oh no, here we go.
big data story. My NFL big data story.
All right. Did it change now? You can see the other picture, right?
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Okay.
Looks like a TV.
Yeah. So every day there's 2.5 quintillion bytes of data created. And like, you know what quintillion is? It's like not a trillion, not a billion, not a quadrillion, quintillion. There's 2.5 quintillion bytes of data created every single day. And over the last 2 years alone, 90% of the data in the world was generated. Okay, so in the world, there's out of all the data in the world created, 90% of it has been created in the last 2 years.
Right.
All right, so let me back up. Probably you, like me, probably when you were a little kid, you loved football, right? One of my favorite things to do when I was a kid was the sporting news, to look at the sporting news for the stats, right? Did you look at sporting news?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the magazine. I used to get the book.
Yeah, because they had like the box scores and they had all the stats, right?
Yeah.
And I was a stats nut. Were you, when you were a little kid, were you kind of, did you like
a little bit. Who led the league in rushing? Who had the most touchdowns?
That's kind of, I got into that when I was a little kid because of football. And this is an example. See, I'm doing this presentation at work because there's a lot of like, first of all, they're not into sports. And they're younger too, so they don't know about like sporting news, right? They find all the stats on the internet. But you can see, like on this one, here's C. Gomez went 0 for 4.
Yeah,
right?
I see American League. I can't see the small stuff.
But like each guy tells them like, here's one guy that went 0 for 4. All right, so let's say this guy went 0 for 4, but here he is up to bat, right?
Okay.
But his first hit was this one. He hit it, and then the guy caught it as it was going over the fence.
Right, saved the home run.
Right. His second hit was this one. His third hit was that one, right?
Yeah.
So the dude went 0 for 4, but he played a great game, right? But if you look at the stats, all he did was went 0 for 4, right? So, but this is where they started doing money. That you remember that movie Moneyball?
Moneyball, right?
They got rid of the scouts and they went strictly on analytics. But you can't just go on the stats because the stats don't tell you the information that you see on how he did. So they started collecting more information about each at bat. You know, like where he hit the ball, how hard he hit it. You know what I mean? So the data. So now then, like when one guy in one game, you have 4 records, 0 for 4, right? But now you have a lot more data. You have 0 for 4, but you have how far did he hit it? How hard did he hit? What was the strike ball strike count? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They started collecting a lot more information about each at bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then the data, you're getting a lot more data. You know, does it make sense so far?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so then a few years ago when I was at work, we had this project where I was working and we were sending boots off to the military.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, if you look at this guy, he's got boots on, but he's got all this other equipment too, right? He's got this thing on his head. He's got these guns. You know, he's got everything in his pack. And so what the military said was, if you're going to send us equipment, you got to put a little RFID tag on it so that we can use an RFID reader, a scanner, and we could take this guy and have him walk through, say, when he picks up his equipment, we can have him walk through a scanner carrying his pack full of all this equipment, and it will scan, bloop, and it'll tell him if he has all his equipment or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when that guy does that, like here's a
that's
pile,
a whole pallet
full of equipment, you know.
Right.
And here's an RFID scanner. So this thing that you could scan that whole pallet all at once, and it would tell you what's in it.
What's in it?
You know what I mean?
Here's data.
One. Yeah, it collects the data, right? And when it collects that data, this was about 10 years ago when I was working on this project. When it collects that data, it looks like this. It just the information just starts coming up on your screen,
Mhm.
like, and it just comes in. It just comes in and comes in and comes in. You know what I mean? And that scanner will just read and read and read and read it. And so then that's when it started to occur to me, like, how much data there is, you know, out there. Like, I
Right.
couldn't really wrap my head around 2.5 quintillion.
Right. I never
Until,
knew that was a word.
yeah. Until, I mean, that's a lot of zeros, man.
That is.
So then the one, when it started to really, like, I started to understand how much data that is, was years ago. I went to Chicago for work to this place called Zebra, and they were telling me about what they were doing with the NFL. Like, I was going there for printers or something, but just for
Right.
fun, this guy showed me what they were working with the NFL. When that they were doing was they were taking little RFID tags and putting them in every player's shoulder pads like this. You know what I mean? Can you see where the shoulder
Yeah,
pads
I
are?
can see it. Yep, in the front, on the shoulders.
Yep.
Yeah, front shoulders.
Right, and they put one in the helmet and they put one in the ball, and then in every stadium, all around the stadium, around the perimeter of the stadium, they put in these RFID readers, the scanners. So basically, every second, they can tell where a player is. You know what I mean? Every millisecond, they can tell where a player is. They can tell how fast he's running, how high he is, how low he is. They can tell where the ball is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're collecting that data throughout every game, every second of every game, on every player out on the field. They're collecting the data.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they do with that data then is they, you know, that's where you see like those next gen stats.
Yeah, next gen sports science.
Yep, that's what they're collecting data. That's how they're collecting the data. They got RFID scanners on these guys, so they can tell how fast they can close out that distance between the defender and the receiver.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then they have like a thing, the player that was running the fastest on a given play. They said this player reached 20 miles per hour.
Right.
You know, breakaway run. Yep.
And so it's kind of like analytics for football.
Yep.
And so that's when it started to occur to me, like, I started to realize how much data they must be collecting. You know what I mean?
Right.
For every, because every one of those, every millisecond, they got to collect some numbers and some crap that tells where each player is, and it just keeps coming in, and they load it in computers, and so then they can give you these next gen stats like this one right here, like that. That pass is completed 18% of the time.
Yep. Yeah, they had a commercial. The commercials are pretty good. You talked about earlier in the show. We talked about Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson had one. He got kicked in the face. I stumbled. I dodged the sack, and I throw the ball. 7% chance of completion. What you thought was going to happen?
Oh yeah.
Aaron Rodgers had one.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, that was the next gen stats. Yeah,
next gen. Yep. They use all that stuff. The probability of the catch on the ball.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know why they do. I mean, still got to catch, still got to tackle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they doing it, Pete, up to bring another type of fan into the game. Maybe the nerd into the game or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. That's because I don't know if that really helps with like scouting, coaching, and
I think it does. I think it does. Yeah, they can look and really tell, like, okay, this defender, this defensive back, how quickly does he close out on a defender?
It's not working though, I don't think, because why is Tom Brady the greatest quarterback all time? He's a 6th round draft pick.
Right. The reason though why is because the decisions that he makes match up with the analytics. The passes that he throws, the odds of them being completed are 60% every time he makes the right decision, man.
Okay, so why wasn't he a first round draft pick? You know what I mean?
Because he doesn't have anything. I mean, he's a schlub like me, you know?
Right. That's tough. I mean, that's all good and dandy, and it's cool. Like, wow, yeah. I mean, are we gonna have draft busts? You know what I mean? If it was just analytics, the draft would be so what's the word? It would just, it wouldn't be no guess game.
Right.
Right. It would just be, okay, this guy, you know?
No, there's always intangibles.
Right. That's the thing. That's what and intangibles trumps everything.
Right.
Because Tom Brady couldn't run. He didn't have a super strong arm. But here's this guy been in 10 Super Bowls or whatever. Okay. Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf, 6'5", could run.
Right.
A rocket arm, accurate, but bust.
Yep.
You know? So I think it all still comes down to that player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't measure the dog in a fight. You can measure something about measuring the fight. What is it? The dog in the fight. You can measure the dog in a fight, but you can't measure the fight in the dog.
Right.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's it. Yeah. That one's been going on forever. That works. I mean,
sure.
That analytical stuff. I think it works more Pete up for baseball than it does for football.
I mean, baseball. There's I always say the baseball is like, you do the same thing no matter.
Yep.
Every single game is the same. You know what I mean? If you play shortstop and the ball comes to you and nobody's on, you throw it to first. I mean, there's not a whole lot of decision making.
It's you and the pitcher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's you. Yeah, you're up to bat. It's you and the pitcher. Right.
That's what football is, the ultimate team sport. Because I don't care if you made a quarterback out of every player, Michael Vick's legs, Tom Brady's brain, Peyton Manning's arm. If the guys up front ain't blocking for him, he ain't gonna get a chance to do nothing.
Right. Yeah.
He puts the ball out there and the guy drops it.
Or like if your defense sucks, no matter how good your offense is, you're always gonna be playing from behind.
Yeah. A la Dan Marino and the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Put up.
That's why Dak Prescott was on course for like 8,000 yards passing last year before he got hurt because their defense was terrible.
and they would be down 30 points, and the team is putting in their backups at the time, and then he starts coming back, and then they got to re-hit the button again, and it's too late. The momentum, Lady Mode, and already changed. But that's cool though, the data thing. That's for work, huh? Or is that a new project?
No, it was because I work with a bunch of nerds and they don't know what I was telling them about electric football and just football in general. None of them really like football or sports.
That's what I say. I think that analytics stuff, those numbers, that brings in another type of person into the game. Because whoever the dude did sports science, he ain't no football guy.
Right. The Moneyball guy?
Not the Moneyball, but I don't know if the Moneyball guy was the guy that hosted the show.
Sports Science.
Sports Science.
Oh.
And they had Calvin Megatron on there before.
Yeah.
I think they had Marshawn Lynch run through a thing.
Yeah.
And it was like he ran through this or tackle something. And they would say he tackled with the force of this. And then they equated that to like a rhinoceros running into a wall or a car crash, two cars going. That's what he generated.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
To some
the Moneyball guy was from Wall Street. He wasn't a baseball guy at all.
Right. Brad Pitt played him.
Yeah, he was. That was Billy Beane. Brad Pitt was Billy Beane, which was
Billy Beane, right?
He was the manager that hired
the manager, right? The manager.
And he hired the Moneyball guy.
Yes.
But
did you like that movie?
It was all right. Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it brought to light what they did.
Yeah.
They took a bunch of guys that nobody else really will want.
Right.
Or their analytics. And I think they had a good season. They didn't win it, but
right. No,
definitely
they went to they won the pennant or something.
I think they won the I think they won the pennant. They went to the ALCS but lost, I think.
Right.
Definitely opened the door. And that's all it is. Open the door for other guys and other thoughts. I don't like opening the door for that fantasy football. I just think that's a waste. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
fantasy football. I want to watch a game. I want one team to win. I want one team to lose. I don't care who's scores.
Who's scoring the points? And then they got all these people with suits and ties, making major paychecks, got walk-in closets, and all they're talking about is numbers and fantasy numbers.
Right,
right. Who cares?
Right.
But you know who cares? Gamblers. It all goes back to gambling.
Yeah.
That's why football is going to remain number one, because it generates the most gambling of any sport out there.
Yeah, just all the different prop bets that you can make on every game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then all the fantasy stuff. I don't know. I think the analytics though helps teams play better. I mean, I think it helps them make better decisions. But I think every team's doing it. So it's at this point every team's doing it. I can't remember which teams started out first. Were the Patriots?
But I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna say it don't matter in football. Yeah, all your analytics you want.
Well, I think now analytics just has to be part of the equation. Like if you went in and you said, "Well, we're not doing analytics anymore," that team's going to suffer. But every team's doing analytics, so it doesn't give you an advantage.
And you have an analytics guy. It created another job for another person.
Right.
Maybe not just one person. He probably got a whole staff.
Oh my God.
Under him.
Then there's a bunch of computer nerds that are working now because of it. I mean, like I went to see them in Chicago. They were hooking it up. That was when they were just starting.
I'm telling you, guys that you wouldn't even assume. Like this guy is first name basis with NFL superstar, and he's making bank driving a Range Rover. What do you do? Oh, I'm an assistant analytic coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Like what?
Right.
What? I'm like, man, get out of here. I could do the analytics. I'm cool with them. But those fantasy guys, nah. If we got contacted, our show, somebody came like, look, you guys are awesome. Want you guys to host a fantasy football show. Here's the contract. Nah.
Hard pass.
Yeah. I'm like, get out of here.
Here's $1 million.
Yeah. Talk fantasy. No. I'm not doing it.
Not doing it, huh? Walk-in closet, $1 million, all the Louis Vuitton, Gucci.
No, and all the Cuban cigars I can smoke. And talking fantasy, and get out of here. I wouldn't have the passion for it. If you don't have a passion, then I can't get into it. They're gonna tell me player A is a stud, and I know my eye test, and I know football, and this guy is when he's in the game, he has this. I'm like, that don't matter. Their numbers, very rarely do their fantasy numbers equate to a really good player.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you could have, a tight end have a monster game, and it's just because they doubled the wideouts every game, and they stuffed the run. And
or when a team gets in close, they look for this guy. He catches all these touchdowns in close 2-yard touchdown. He's their guy. He's hard to cover. That's all he does. And they say he's the number one tight end in the league.
Remember Todd Christensen, that tight end for the Raiders?
Yes.
He had he was the first one to get 90 some catches in a season.
Yep. Number 46.
He wasn't that good. He was just like a kind of a scrub. I think he started off as like a linebacker or something.
I thought he might have been a running back.
A fullback maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
He wasn't even a tight end though.
He was pretty good though. He was okay. He did catch a lot. He reminded me of the guy that came later with the Washington team, but he played for them. I can't think of the tight end that they had. He reminded me a lot of Todd Christensen. I'll look it up after the show. But yeah, they had a tight. But Christensen was all right. Number 46. I think he passed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. We got to.
There for a while though, he was setting like records for like number of receptions. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't good. I'm just saying he wasn't 90 receptions when everybody else was making 60. It was just because of the way they built their offense. You know, they were the only ones.
But he would have been a good player though, and if his fantasy numbers were okay. I'm talking about a guy, a tight end that catches like 7-8 touchdowns in a year, and he's got like 10 catches.
Right.
The 10 catches total like 90 yards.
Right.
And he's got 8 touchdowns.
Right.
Because once they get the red zone inside the 10, he scores. He's not good.
Right.
He just catches the touchdowns in close.
Right.
And they were like, this is the guy you want on your fantasy
team. Right. Right.
And they'll talk about him and they'll show highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, annoying. What? and DirecTV, I forget, all the red zone, they have a channel that you can watch the fantasy version, and all the fantasy numbers are flat.
Yeah.
I turned to it by mistake one time, and I'm like, what's going on? Where are the regular guys? I'm like, who are these? Yeah. And then I realized I went to the fantasy channel. I almost spit my beer out of my mouth. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna vomit.
People love it though. I'm with you though. I'm the same way you are, man. I want to watch the game. I want to watch, see who's gonna win.
Right. And I don't care. I don't care who does it. And I'm not going to be a good fantasy guy because my team is going to be all 49ers.
Right. And right. That's another thing too, right?
And I'm not going to be having a guy. Oh, I want my team to win, but I hope this guy gets off. I don't want nobody to get off on my team.
Yeah, that would be like me. Oh, I drafted Garoppolo or I drafted Roethlisberger, so I want him to have a good game. Yeah. I do not. I hate the 49ers. I hate the Steelers.
Right.
I want them to suck.
Yeah, I can't do fan. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to hear about it. I watched before we end this show. Look, I remember one time I had Big Spence. Remember Big Spence been on our draft expert.
Yeah, he knows.
We got to get on because the draft is coming up. We got to get Big Spence on the show. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Is he a fantasy football guy?
He big time.
Yeah, no wonder he knows so much about every.
But he watched it, and his team scored. He's a Cowboys fan. He's like, "Why did he give it to him?" I'm like, "Y'all scored, but I had so and so. I needed him to." I'm like, "Man, I can't watch the game with you no more. I can't." I think I put him out. I think I did. I said, "Take your 6-pack of El Presidente or Modelo, whatever you came with, and go over to your house and watch that crap."
You're not welcome anymore.
Yeah, you're not welcome with that fancy stuff. You score, you happy. You don't get salty because your guy didn't score. It's your team. You score. What's the big deal?
It's a team game. It's a team sport.
That's it. And I think that's a wrap. That's our first YouTube podcast.
Live YouTube.
On an iconic date. That'll never happen again, right?
It'll never happen.
4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
That date can't be duplicated.
No.
Think. This is it. We won't be around to see it. That's for sure. We'll see. Only on a rerun.
There you go. Hey, so next week you're going to the Clash.
I'm gonna be there.
Do you want to do like a short live show like this at the Clash?
Absolutely, I'm doing a show from there. We're gonna do something.
Yeah, carry it around and show, introduce everybody and.
Yep, I'm gonna do that, and I want some RFD tags on me so you can follow me everywhere I'm at.
Tags, right? Yeah.
I want some tags.
Cool.
How many cigars I smoked? How many drinks I had? I want the whole.
We'll get some analytics on the weekend.
I want some. Yeah, get some analytics on me, and let me know how I'm doing.
See if you can do. See if we bring you back for the next show, or we hire somebody else,
Right.
somebody younger, somebody faster.
I want to open up the podcast to the nerds. You know what I mean? I want to get them
That's right.
involved. You know, they might not be all cool. You know, want the Gucci this and the Versace sunglasses. They might just want to know, you know, how many times I changed outfits, or how many steps he went, how many drinks he had. So we gonna get that popping.
Cool. All right. Cool. Then we'll do it Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Saturday evening or something, or maybe Sunday morning when the championship or the Final Four is going.
Yeah, that'd be good. Good.
Yeah, I'll get it.
People are always kind of chill. Everybody else is kind of chill at that time.
Everybody else is chill. The guys are about to play. They are in game mood.
Yeah, they're all amped up. Yeah.
They are amped. You know what I mean? I'll be like, yo, let me talk to you, coach. They were like, no, not right now. Not right.
Yeah.
I'm practicing my pad. I'm like, man, lighten up.
Focus. Trying to get focused on the game.
Yeah, that's why I never played P-Dub. I couldn't get really.
I'd love to go and just hang out. I'm not gonna play either. You know, I can't even.
That's it. They be like, can you not come over here right now? They need their time, run their men. They sitting there running. I'm like, damn. You think $1,000, $10,000 is on the line? But that's it. That's passion.
Yeah, they love it.
That's the passion.
It's fun to be around.
Yeah.
It's too stressful.
And I'm glad. And there's no fantasy in electric football. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
cool.
We out.
All right, man. Hey, happy Easter. Have a good Easter.
Happy Easter. What are you giving up? Did you give up something? What is that, Lent?
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah, me
either. I'm giving up fantasy football.
I'm giving up strip clubs. Not.
Oh yeah, okay. Only COVID era strip club.
COVID, right? COVID did that.
Yeah, shut it down.
But Peter, you gotta take us out of here.
All right, peace.
Peace.